superior, Christie's biological father. Rick had reached for his gun, the pistol strapped in his shoulder holster, and for a second Jennifer had known real fear, icy, cold terror.
"Get out,"
he'd ordered, staring with deadly calm at the two of them.
"Jesus H. Christ, get the hell out of my house and don't come back, both of you."
He'd turned then, walked down the stairs, and left without so much as slamming the door. But his rage had been real, palpable. Jennifer had escaped with her life, but she hadn't gone. She couldn't. Rick hadn't returned. They hadn't even fought about it again. He'd just left. Refused to answer her calls. Until today. By then, it had been too late. She'd already met her lover again, as much out of retribution as desire. Fuck it. No one was going to run her life, not even Rick effing Bentz, superhero cop. So she'd met the man who was forever in her blood. Slut. Whore. The words were her own. She closed her eyes and hung her head, feeling lost, confused. Never had she planned to cheat on Rick, never. But she'd been weak, temptation strong. She shook her head and felt black to the bottom of her soul. Who was she so intent on punishing, him or herself? Hadn't one of her shrinks told her she didn't think she deserved him? That she was self-destructive? What a load of crap. "I just don't know what you want," she whispered weakly.
"Neither do I. Not anymore."
She saw an inch of liquid remaining in one martini glass and drank it down. The noose tightened a notch, even as it unraveled. God, why couldn't it be easy with him? Why couldn't she remain faithful? "I'm trying, Rick," she whispered, gritting her teeth. It wasn't a lie. The problem was that she was trying and failing. She thought she heard a muffled footstep from downstairs, and she went on alert, then decided the noise might have been the echo in the phone. Or from outside. Wasn't there a window open?
"You're trying?"
Rick snorted.
"At what?"
So there it was. He did know. Probably was having someone tail her, having the house under surveillance. Or worse yet, he'd been parked up the street in a car she didn't recognize and had been watching the house himself. She glanced up at the ceiling to the light fixture, smoke alarm, and slow-moving paddle fan as it pushed the hot air around. Were there tiny cameras hidden inside? Had he filmed her recent tryst, witnessed her as she'd writhed and moaned on the bed she shared with him, observed her as she'd taken command and run her tongue down her lover's abdomen and lower, seen her laughing, teasing, seducing? Jesus, how twisted was he? She closed her eyes, mortified. "You sick son of a bitch."
"That's me."
"I hate you." Her temper was rising.
"I know. I just wasn't sure you could admit it. Leave, Jennifer. It's over."
Maybe if you didn't get off busting perps and playing the superhero ace detective, maybe if you paid a little attention to your wife and kid, this wouldn't happen.
"You're not my wife."
Click. He hung up. Bastard! She threw the phone onto the bed as her head began to pound. You did this, Jennifer, you yourself. You knew you'd get caught, but you pushed away everything you wanted and loved, including Christy and a chance with your ex-husband, because you're a freak. You just can't help yourself. She felt a tear slither down her cheek and slapped it away. This was no time for tears or self-pity. Hadn't she told herself that reconciliation with Rick was impossible? And yet she'd returned to this house, this home they'd shared together, knowing full well it was a mistake of monumental proportions, just as it had been when she'd first said, "I do," years before. Fool! She swore under her breath on her way to the bathroom, where she saw her reflection in the mirror over the sink. "Not pretty," she said, splashing water over her face. But that really wasn't the truth. She wasn't too far into her 30s, and her dark hair was still thick and wavy as it fell below her shoulders. Her skin was still smooth.